As most of you would probably know by now, I am Sharon Simons, the Deputy Chairman of the Progressive National Party. It is my pleasure to be here to this press conference, during which our PNP party will formally be introducing its slate of candidates who will be our party's standard bearer for each of the 15 electoral districts throughout the length and breadth of the islands. With the tumultuous natural, international, domestic disasters that so drastically impeded the positive trend of growth and prosperity our country was undeniably marching toward, under the leadership of the Honorable Dr. Rufus Ewing, our PNP party has been able to turn the events of the past into a story of success. Through sound, steady-handed policy initiatives that have undoubtedly piloted our ship through some of the most troubled waters of social and economic depression our country has ever known. Under the Honorable Dr. Rufus Ewing leadership, our PNP party matured budgetary and financial planning initiatives have turned around our country's fortune to the extent our small little pebbles on the map are once again becoming the envy of the Caribbean. While our party's record of success speaks for itself, and I certainly do not want to steal the thunder of our party leader or that of our candidates, I am certainly proud of the fact that our party has not only risen above our tumultuous past, but successfully ushered our country into a new era, beyond the dictatorial policy initiatives and divisiveness of the interim administration. There is, however, much work still to be done. Although I am comforted in knowing that the necessary upgrades and improvement to our crumbling infrastructure are now firmly in place. Our party has been able to introduce certain new legislative and policy initiatives that have gone a long way towards addressing the economic inequality that besieges many of our people. There still remains a lot of work to be done, people. Yes. We cannot therefore turn back now. Right. While the pace of progress may not always have been to our liking, we cannot turn back now. No. While certain detectors have been endeavoring to plant seeds of discord and distraction within the gardens of our PNP party, we cannot and will not turn back now. I am therefore honored, ladies and gentlemen, to call upon our candidates who will give you a sneak preview into some of our more salient plans and ideas that will comprise our PNP party's election platform geared towards the promotion of greater economic, social, and spiritual opportunity and continue upward mobility for all Turks and Caicos Islanders. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, the moment has arrived. I am now proud to introduce to you a man who is no stranger to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome to the podium the Honorable George Lightpoint from Electoral District Number 1, Grand Park North.
Well, good afternoon, PNPs. Oh my God, look at the PNPs. I'm so happy to be among you good, strong PNPs. Please allow me to reintroduce myself to you. My name is George Lightburn. I am the candidate for Grand Turk North. I spent my entire life living in Grand Turk North. Mind they allow me 2 minutes, so I have to confine myself to 2 minutes. I can say without contradiction that Grand Turk North is the shining star of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I say that not because we have the best marina in North Creek or the best beaches on Pillory, neither because it is the home of the TCICC or the home of one of the state-of-the-art hospitals. We also have the best primary school in Grand Turk North and a state-of-the-art fish market. But even more importantly, we have the strongest, friendliest, and most caring people in the entire Turks and Caicos Islands.
That's what I'm talking about.
4 years ago, along with my colleagues, we embarked on this journey with an unwavering commitment to build our country and restore hope, faith, and dignity to our people. And I am proud to say we have delivered.
Yeah!
Our list of accomplishments is impressive. However, I am most proud of being a part of a team that ignored the obstacles and the stumbling blocks, but rather remained focused and stayed the course that was set out in our manifesto. We have indeed accomplished a lot, but we are not done yet. My fellow citizens, in a few short months, we will go to the polls again. And the choice this time around is simple. We will be given the charge or the opportunity to either backtrack or progress. I sincerely request that you vote to continue the progress. Allow us to build on the foundation that was laid out over 3 years ago. I have been called many things over the past 4 years, good and bad. But the name I hold true to is fighter. Along with my colleagues, I have fought for the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands, particularly the people of Grand Turk North, and I pledge to continue fighting for those things that matters most to us. I will not list our many accomplishments because they are too numerous to mention. I can say, however, and we can all agree, that Turks and Caicos Islands are now better than we met it in 2012. And for that, I say thanks to you, the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I would particularly like to say a special thanks to the people of Grand Turk North for affording me the opportunity to assist in restoring our country back to normalcy. Thank you.
Good evening. What an exciting group of PNPs. It gives me great pleasure to be a part of this great party. First, I want to thank the Constituency Council of Grand Turk South and Soul Key for giving me the opportunity to be the candidate. And what I would say is that they felt so strong about giving me this chance that anyone would have challenged me for this candidacy. Trust me, it wouldn't even been a close race. But ladies and gentlemen, My job tonight is to appeal to the constituents of Grand Turks South and Salt Key. Crime has been a major problem in Grand Turk over the last year. Employment opportunities has been a problem. One of the things that I do understand in being in business for the last 25 years, and I have a number of businesses in Grand Turk, is that everyone is not academically inclined to go to college. And I will push hard to make sure that we bring technical schools into Grand Turk. There is far too many young men are gathering on corners in the streets in Grand Turk that don't have work. I can promise you, I will fight with my party to make sure you get the opportunities that is available. And first shot, no candidate has all the answers to solve problems in any community. And that is the reason why I will put community groups together where we can come together and decide what is best for those communities. I want to reach out to the PDMs in Grand Turks South and Salt Key. Because without your help, trust me, there is no way we can be successful without your help. This is not going to be about PDM nor PNP. This election, this candidacy in Grand Turks South and Salt Key, it's about the people. And that is the main reason why I am here. It's because of the people. And I've been a champion for the people in Grand Turks South and Salt Key to a certain extent for the last 25 years. We have always been there for people. And I promise you, you will not have a more balanced candidate in this entire election than myself. When I am elected in Grand Turks South and Salt Key, I can promise you that you will receive the best representation that constituency have ever seen. Now I hear the candidate for ED1 came up and was bragging about their nice beaches. But Governor's Beach is in Grand Turks South. Carnival is in Grand Turks South. The high school, the auditorium, the airport is in. I would say beyond the shadow of a doubt, because time is of essence, that this administration has done more projects in Grand Turk than any political party. Under the leadership of Dr. Rufus Ewing, my good cousin. We will fight hard to make sure that this trend continues. I want to say in closing to the people in the community of Grand Turks South and Salt Key, I am asking you guys just for an opportunity. You all have known me over the last 25 years. I'm no stranger to the people of Grand Turks South and Salt Key. And I can promise you, there is no one that will fight more to make sure you get the opportunities that you deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my South Caicos people who came to cheer me on this afternoon. Wow, the PNP is alive and well. People want us to believe that we are dead and we are this and we are that, and every day there is doom and gloom. But this afternoon it is quite evident from the turnout here this afternoon that the PNP is alive and well and on its way to victory for a fourth consecutive term. And I want you PNPs not to be daunted, not to be distracted. Stay focused. The prize is ahead of us, and we cannot turn back. That's right. Good afternoon to all this afternoon. I want to be really, really thankful and say how grateful I am to the people of South Caicos for giving me this opportunity. I had no idea when I moved to South Caicos several years ago to look after two aging parents that I would end up here this afternoon. But to God be the glory. The people of South Caicos came. They saw in me what I didn't see in myself. Quite honestly, me working in the House of Assembly was not for me to become involved in politics. But they saw in me something, as I said, I didn't see in myself. And through their words of encouragement, when the Honorable Norman Sanders decided that he was not going to go forward to seek the nomination, many of them came to me and asked me to put my name forward and that they will support me. And so I am eternally grateful to South Caicos for their support this afternoon. In South Caicos, we have under construction, and I have to give credit to the Honorable Premier and the Minister for Finance. They would not relent on that project for the construction of the South Caicos Airport. Yes, sir. And boy, I can tell you that Reverend Malcolm and I, we flew on the flight this morning coming from South Caicos, and we can see the transformation from the air. I can tell you, South Caicos is being transformed. That project is not going to cost any meager money. That project is going to cost millions of dollars when it is finished. And a couple of weeks ago, the owner of the East Bay Hotel said to me that, you know, I hope you win your seat, because I want you to fight for me when you get in there, that I will be able to bring chartered flights into South Caicos. The tourists are complaining that they don't want to be in Providence Cielus for a night or two and then come over to South. They want that continuous journey when they start, ending up in South Caicos and commencing their vacation. So, Honorable Premier and Honorable Missick, we have a road ahead of us, and I know we are up to the task of delivering for the owner of the East Bay Hotel, as well as the Sail Rock, as well as the persons in the Sail Rock Development Project. But South Caicos is a very unique community, and I have now grown to love the people there more than I ever did as a child. And that is because of their uniqueness. Yes, we have many challenges in that community, many challenges, and so many of them come to me on a daily basis. And I try as much as I can to walk with them and talk with them and walk them through the challenges that they face. But my hat goes out again to the Honorable Premier and the Minister for Finance. That credit union bill that was passed in the House last week, I pray, God, that that brings a light to South Caicos fishermen, because we really need to get them to form a credit union or some association that will allow them to invest in themselves, allow them to invest in their families, allow them to invest in the equipment that they need when
when the season opens. And so, Mr. Premier and Mr. Minister for Finance, I look forward to working with you guys to ensure that that bill becomes an ordinance very soon and operational, and then we can start the groundwork to start the credit union in South Caicos. Then again, my second passion, I come from the civil service, and so I have a passion for the civil service. I want to see a continuous training program for the civil service, and that is happening now. But the other thing that bothers me is that with the repeal of the pension ordinance, that many of our civil servants will find themselves, when they retire at age 65, just getting the NIB pension. And so I want to challenge the Honorable Premier and the Honorable Minister for Finance that we've got to look at some other ways and means to allow the civil service to be able to have a second pension, so that when they retire, they can retire, as the Honorable Premier likes to say, in their health and in their wealth. Yeah. And so we've got to look at some means of bringing a second pension to those persons. And finally, Madam Minister for Education, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're losing so many of our young people. And then I say losing, migrating from South Caicos to Grand Turk or Providenciales, and they don't return. Once we've lost them in that community, they don't come back. So we have to find a way so that they can find employment in South Caicos and do the training, the necessary training with the employment opportunities that will come over the next several years to ensure that they remain in South Caicos and be a part of the productive community of South Caicos. And so PNPs, as we join hand and hearts as we go forward over the next several months, and I believe the opposition and some of the others think that elections are going to be tomorrow, but there's a great work still to be done, and we will hear some of that later on from the Premier. And so we can't, Honorable Premier, prematurely let that call elections and let that work not be done. And so PNPs, I encourage you again, stay faithful to your party. You're going to be tried and tested by many, but stay true to the party. PNPs?
I'm so happy to see so many of you present today. It tells the other side that this PNP party is alive and well. PNPs! Now, North and Middle Caicos has made me the man I am today. And most of you may know my story. But for those of you who don't know, let me tell you. I come from a very humble beginning. Growing up in North and Middle Caicos was not easy. From beating rocks to sell, going in the field for crops, toting water from the wells, and going fishing was just a snippet of what life was like for me. My mother suffered epilepsy, and so my grandmother raised me during the times when she was not there. They both instilled in me the values of hard work, discipline, and integrity. We didn't have much, but we had each other, those values, and we had the community of North and Middle Caicos who stepped in. And even now in North and Middle Caicos, people still live like family, and one don't have, the other gives. And so North and Middle Caicos people are hard-working people who always sees opportunities. I can remember my grandmother telling me this story right now. Boy, opportunity is like a bald-headed man that got one flat second in the front. And when you see that opportunity coming, you better grab that plat, because when he passed, he had bald. And so, we North Caicos people know how to seize opportunities. From the days of our old representatives like Mr. Theodore and Mr. Harold Robinson of North and Middle Caicos, where there was little means of storing drinking water for the communities, and the British, being as they are, wanted to give the islands 25-gallon drums. Mr. Theodore and Mr. Robinson traveled to the nation's capital and jumped up on the table and demanded that tanks be built with water catchment. Because they realized that building those tanks meant not giving me a fish, but rather teaching us how to fish. They realized that building those tanks meant jobs for people. They realized that building those tanks meant that water will always be there. Another representative from North and Middle Caicos created jobs for the people of North Caicos, I'm talking about the olden days now, by having them keep the mouth of Bond Creek open for boats to pass through. And the people of North and Middle Caicos used their hands and made a few makeshift tools to keep that mouth open. And so you see North and Middle Caicos people are not used to handouts, but would rather a handout. So today, I come with the spirit of those old representatives, like old Theodore and old Harold Robinson, to represent these twin islands of North and Middle Caicos, to create opportunities for them. Not handout, handout. Create jobs for them. I have never backed down from a fight, but instead, I take the fight right to them and win. And this is what I plan to do for this PNP party, for the people of North and Middle Caicos. I ask you to look at my career in law. It was never easy. Nothing was handed to me. When I came back home from law school with a law degree, I couldn't even find a job. Nobody wouldn't hire me. And so I started my own firm. And today, I am hiring others. So, I know what it's like to struggle. I've been there. I've prepared my entire life for this moment. And I've beaten the odds. And I am ready to fight for the people of North and Middle Caicos, tooth and nail, to make sure that they get their even share, whatever this government got to give up. And so today, this evening, I'm humbled to be on the PNP ticket, to run for office with such honorable, fine, good-looking men and women as you see them here today. It is clear that the other side don't even count North and Middle Caicos at all, as they have not named their candidate for that area. And I'll go a little further by saying the PDM has always had a condescending attitude towards North and Middle Caicos. And you may say, how? Let me give you 1 or 2 examples. The PDM felt that it was a waste of money to pave the road from Sandy Point all the way to Larimer's. Isn't that true? Yes. The PDM also said that the Twin Islands bridge linking them was a bad idea when it was first built. Isn't that true? Yes. Some of them even went as far as wishing that the storm will come and wash the bridge away. The storm came and washed the bridge away, and this PNP built it back, built it stronger, and will continue to build North and Middle Caicos. So you see, the PDM is coming with that condescending attitude once again towards North and Middle Caicos. And I want the people of North and Middle Caicos to reject them for it. Because them wanting us to wait until they decide to name their candidate shows that they are willing to put us in the back of the line once again if they ever get in government. So don't allow that to happen.
Never, ever, ever.
And so I say this. If because of this fine slate of PNPs that the PDM now want to go run and post something on Facebook and change their mind and send someone to North Middle Caicos, well, I say this to them. Let them come. Because whoever they send, whenever they send, they gotta lick it out of this world. So, North and Middle Caicos, I ask you to join me on this journey for a better nation. Because our big islands deserve big representation. Come and mark your mark for Mark Pulver.
Good night, good night, good night, Leeward and Long Bay. Good night, PNP. So, I am here under the grace of our Lord to be here and ask Leeward and Long Bay to give me an opportunity to serve you for another 4 years, and ask you to also vote for our at-large candidates so that I can continue in our cabinet, in this country, making a difference for the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I want to welcome our new candidates to Team PNP 2016-2017. It is because of your passion for this party that is in this room tonight, celebrating you and your commitment to your various districts on the at-large ticket, that we will be victorious when that day comes. I want to say thank you to Leeward and Long Bay. Can we get some noise for Leeward and Long Bay? You are truly, and I know all the district candidates are going to come up here and tell you about how amazing their districts really are. They can't touch Leeward and Long Bay, baby. I don't have to talk about how the Shore Club was the first development that this government approved in construction. I don't have to talk about how Blue Haven restarted and employed people from Leeward and Long Bay. I don't have to talk about the amazing new villa projects that's happening in Leeward, in Long Bay, and construction in Leeward Palms. I don't have to do that because we can see it. The bricks are there, the shovels are in the ground, but that is only the foundation, Leeward and Long Bay. I made 4 promises 3.5, 4 years ago. I've accomplished those promises, and there's much more work for us to do. And again, that was only the foundation, Leeward and Long Bay. We got the street lights we said we needed. We're still working on the feral dog issues, but it'll never be ratified. I remember promising to build a school. I think we did that one, didn't we, Leeward and Long Bay? But I can't take all the credit. Despite going into Parliament and fighting for what I deem the best constituency in the Turks and Caicos Islands, for the best people in the Turks and Caicos Islands, the work that I've been able to do as your Minister of Education, as your Deputy Premier, has allowed me an opportunity to touch every district, every life on every island in the Turks and Caicos Islands. So as we go ahead and recommence the door-to-door during the campaign, we want volunteers for Leeward and Long Bay. We need your help. We need your support. The other guys who I rarely ever speak about because they're a non-entity when it comes to the PNP, we are the party of the people. We are the progressive party for this country. We are the party who builds the Turks and Caicos Islands. They want you to believe it's all doom and gloom and that the world is about to end. Well, if you look at these bright faces that I'm getting ready to run in a campaign with, how can you doubt the future of the Turks and Caicos is any more bright than you can see on this stage tonight? So let us not be distracted, PNPs. Let us not be confused by the noise in the market. I believe our chairman loves to say all the time, but what about the price of the beef? The PNP party is strong today, will be strong tomorrow, we will be strong at the polls, and we will continue governing this country on the road to prosperity and progress. But this cannot be done without your help, without your support, without your time and your effort. So let us come together as one voice, PNP, and make it known that the Progressive National Party is the government of choice for these islands. I look forward to seeing many of you on the campaign trail. I look forward to asking many, well, every last one of you and Leeward and Long Bay for your support of me as your district candidate, but for my at-large candidates as well. Because the good work that I'm able to do in Leeward and Long Bay cannot be done without them. One person does not make a government. So pledge your support that you have for Akira Mary Deanne Missick in ED5 to Rufus Washington Ewing, Charles Washington Ewing, Sheba Monkoff Wilson, I forget anyone? Just kidding. Reverend John Malcolm and my colleague in the church and in cabinet and friend, Honorable R. Donahue Gardner. Good night, PNPs. May God continue to bless and keep each and every one of you. And I want to say a special, special thank you to my Leeward and Long Bay Community Council, my constituency council. You keep me on my toes. You keep my ears to the ground. We work together to accomplish the first 4 promises I made, and as the next 4 come, we will be successful. And of course, thank you to my family, who are the constant rocks that keep me grounded, keep me knowing that I have their love and support. And of course, each and every one of you PNPs tonight. Good evening and God bless.